Good morning, everybody. How are you today? It is November the 26th, Thursday, Thinking Thursday, and apparently it's Thanksgiving Day in America as well. So if you are American, happy Thanksgiving Day to you. Everyone else, hello there. My name is Karen. I'm here with Get Moving. I hope you are okay. In case you didn't know already, Get Moving is all about helping people with mobility issues to move better. So anybody who's got a disability of some kind maybe, or chronic medical conditions, an injury, post or pre-surgery, something like that, anything that stopped you from moving as well as you hope, Get Moving is here to help you to move better. We're here every weekday morning, 11 o'clock. Now basically, and also we've got the catch-up service via the website. The website is linked up in the description up there somewhere. It is reesfitness.co.uk/getmoving. Go there and then you'll see a whole bunch of stuff, all questions answered about who we are, what we do and why we do it and all that kind of stuff. Also, like I said, the archives, all the previous workouts we've done over the whole of the long 2020 so far are available on the archive on the website, linked up there. Excuse me. What we got? Oh yes, we're going to need a ball today. So hopefully you've got your ball. If you haven't, go get it now. Excuse me. Tickly throat. And oh yes, okay. Thinking Thursday. So we're going to do all the exercises twice. First time as a benchmark. Second time better, because we all know the second time is always better than the first time. It's physics, you can't deny it. You might try to, but you're wrong. It's physics. It's like trying to deny gravity. You're onto a loser there. The second time is always better than the first time. So today we're going to do all the exercises twice. So I need your help because I have not written down how long we're going to do the exercises for again. I thought it worked quite well last week or something, where you randomly shouted a number at me and that's how many seconds we're going to do it. Same thing again. Any number between 20 and 30. Pick a number, say it in the comments below, and I'll have a look and we will do the exercise for that number of seconds. Okay? Any number between 20 and 30. Anybody out there, shout out loud, type in the comments below, and we will do it for that number of seconds. Random number between 20 and 30. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to wait until some answers come up, hopefully. So, Mr. Tickle, what the hell? 27. 27 it is. Okay, 27 seconds. Let me write this down here because I will forget. 27 seconds for each exercise we're going to do. Don't forget, all these exercises are suitable for pretty much everybody. Whether you are seated, whether you are standing, there is some version of these exercises for you. We'll go through them as best we can, but also just to remind you, I am putting together, excuse me, there we go. I'm trying to put together a little mini course thing for people specifically for people in wheelchairs. But I need to know what you particularly find difficult, challenging when it comes to exercise in a wheelchair. It could be exercises themselves, or it could be concepts, it could be just practical limitations and stuff like that. What do you find difficult about exercising in a wheelchair? If you could leave a comment below, or message me via the website up there, your choice which, but I need your help so I can make this little wheelchair exercise course as good as possible. I'm getting a couple of ideas in and stuff now already, but the more help and advice from you guys, the better, to be honest with you, because you know better than me. So help me, please. Thank you very much. Anyway, let's get cracking on. 27 seconds worth of each exercise. So hopefully you've got your ball by now. Put it to one side. We don't need it just yet, but we will soon later. So our first exercise, let's get going. Marching on the spot. So if you are seated in the chair, make sure you're sat nice and tall. Don't slouch back like so. Sit as tall as you can be. Think chest up, chest out, shoulders back, and we're just going to march on the spot. Lifting the knees up, just getting the knees up like so. Nice and simple to get things started. If you're standing, same idea, marching on the spot. If your balance is a little bit iffy, Well, if that's the case, make sure you look back at yesterday's workout on Wobble Wednesday where we go into balance. But if your balance is a little iffy, stand close to a wall or table or chair or sofa or another person, anything like that, just for stability if you need. But we're going to march on the spot. 27 seconds worth. Yep. In 3, 2, 1, off you go. So the idea of this first time now, this first round, is to assess, to get a benchmark. How are you at marching on the spot? You personally, not me or somebody else, but you personally. Be selfish. Think about yourself. How are you doing with this? Do you have one side which is better than the other? Do you have difficulty getting your knees high? Do you have difficulty with your balance? That's our time there. So in that time, you hopefully should have an idea of what your difficulties, what your strengths, what your weaknesses are. Now take 5 seconds now, have a think. How can you improve a little bit on that weakness of yours? Again, not anybody else's, but yours. What one little thing can you do better this time now? Okay, we're going to do the same thing again, marching on the spot, 27 seconds, but it's going to be a little bit better because you're going to actively think about improving that one small aspect, okay? In 3, 2, 1, away we go, marching on the spot. So for me, my regular thing is I'm thinking of how can I get my knee a bit higher. I'm going to forget about everything else. I'm going to hold on for balance if need be, I don't care. But I'm going to pick one thing, in my case, height, and I'm going to try and make it better in that one small aspect. Again, everyone's different. You're different from me, different from everybody else. You will have your own limitations. You decide what you are going to do better. That's our time there. And that, as always, every Thinking Thursday, is the format of today. Do it once, assess, find out your strengths and weaknesses, do it a second time, but a bit better. Not perfect, but a little bit better. Shoulder rolls are next. So, rolling our shoulders back, if we can, getting the elbows up, if we can, getting the arms up. Okay, just rolling them back. Whether you're seated or standing, it's the same thing regardless. 27 seconds in 3, 2, 1, off you go. So easy version is just the shoulders up, back and down. If you can, make it a bit bigger by starting to get your elbows a bit higher. Still shoulders up, back and down. And if you can, reaching the arms as big and as high as you can, as far back as you can. But again, it all comes from the shoulder blades. Even though the arms are moving, it's the shoulder blades that are lifting, squeezing and rolling around. And that's our time. So again, in that time, hopefully you figured out, you identified one little thing that you thought, I can improve on that slightly. And now we're going to do it. We're going to think, how can we improve that one aspect a tiny bit and do better in round 2? 3, 2, 1, off you go. Me, I'm going to be thinking about, like I always do, my shoulder blades there. How can I pinch them back together there? So I'm not hunched and just doing that and the arms going forwards. They're going really up. My shoulder blades are pinching back and they're squeezing back together there. That's what I'm going to be thinking about. But again, we're all unique. You might be thinking something different. There's our time. So moving on to knee bends. Same format, we're going to do this twice, okay? If you're seated, sit tall. Kick that one foot out and then the other foot. Alternating legs like so. As big a knee movement as you can. Straightening, bending, okay? If we're standing, kicking the heels back to the bum. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Bending and back. Again, balance is the key here. So again, stand next to a wall or something if you have to. Small movements are easier. Big movements are harder. You figure out what your limitation is, what your weak link is, and have a think about how you can improve it on the next time, on the next round. There's our time. So my usual one for this is, how can I get my heel closer to my bum? How can I make this a bigger move? That's what I'm going to work on. 3, 2, 1, go. bending or straightening your knees depending on whether you are seated or standing. But I'm thinking of how big a move can I do? How close can I get my heel to my bum? How bent can I get my knees? That's really working the muscles in the back of my legs there. I can feel it. If you're seated, you'll be working the muscles in the front of your legs there. Doesn't matter which one, as long as you do it. That's our time. Guess what's next? Go on, I double dare you. Have a guess. What or who is next? Comments down below if you think you know or who is coming up next. Of course it is. It is everyone's favourite Twisted Sister. It is Twisted Sarah. So sitting or standing tall, doesn't matter which, but you're going to be folding your arms and you're going to twist one way and then you're going to twist the other way. Lots of movement in the spine, okay? 3, 2, 1, off you go. So again, as always really, size of movement is key here. This is a priority. How big a move can you do? You're going to twist around. We're going to think of the spine twisting, rotating. It's meant to be able to do that, so make sure it can. Think one shoulder coming forwards. How much can you twist your body around? And remember, we're thinking body here, not just heads, not just arms. It is body, okay? There's our time. How did that go for you? How can you make that a tiny bit better? And again, use your brain. Have a think. What does better mean for you? Is it a bigger move? Is it a more controlled move? Is it better in one direction or the other? I don't know. This is where your brain comes in. You think about it. You plan it. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Big twist and big twist. Me, I'm going for this shoulder forwards and holding it for a sec. This shoulder forwards and holding it for a sec. So I'm not just, I am actively really moving around as much as I can. And that's using my stomach muscles there. Something amazing. Big twists. And there's our time. So you see, you know for a fact the second time then was a bit better than the first time. You know it. You can't deny it. You can try and deny it, but you're false. You know deep inside you're lying and you're thinking, Karen, you're right. I know. I can hear it. I can read you like a book. Anyway, double taps now. So if you're seated, sitting tall, knees up twice on like one side and the other, like so. Don't collapse back. Sit tall and get the knee up, but stay sitting tall. If we're standing, definitely balance now. So if your balance is not spot on, close to but not touching a wall, a chair, a table, something like that, double tap up like so. The same on the other side. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Marching away, one side and then the other. And of course, you are thinking, figuring out what is your personal weakness. What's your weak link in your personal chain? Is one side better or worse? Is height an issue? Is balance an issue? Is control? Is stability? Whatever. What is it that you are finding difficult? Don't just go, can't do it. Think about it. What about it do you find difficult? Because this is how we're going to improve. Not just by following blindly like a sheep. We are going to improve by thinking about it, analysing and going, right, this is how I'm going to make myself better. Round 2. 3, 2, 1, off you go. So, as always, I bang on about this a lot. Thinking is important. I'm a big fan on exercise. Obviously, this is my job. But the best part of our body in my head is our brains. I really genuinely think, I know I've seen this, where people have been able to plan around limitations and improve their lives so much more by using their brains and thinking about it. There we go, that's our time. Well, we got the new exercise of the week. Time for your ball. And everybody sitting down. Everybody. Even if you can stand. Sit your asses down. Get your ball. Pop it between your knees like so. Sit nice and tall. all we're going to do is squeeze and relax. Okay? 27 seconds worth in 3, 2, 1. Away we go. Squeeze, hold, relax, and repeat. Now, there's not a lot to think about with this move, to be honest with you. It's fairly simple. Not necessarily easy, but simple. Squeeze, hold, relax, and that's all there is to it. The main thing to think about would be is if we are imbalanced, if we have one side better or stronger or weaker than the other. That will be difficult, because if, say, this leg is stronger, it's just going to move over like so. If that's the case, if you do have one side which is definitely stronger than the other and just overpowers the other, jam the weaker side up against something. It could be jam it up against the side of a chair or something, or just get someone to hold it there. Don't let it move, whatever. But if that's not moving, then the stronger side will be able to just push in. But that's only for some of you. You have a think about it, and then we're going to do it one more time. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Squeeze, hold, relax. Like I said though, this is a fairly simple move. There's not a lot we can get wrong about this, which is what makes it a good move, to be honest with you. I like complicated moves, but I also really like simple moves. It is simply just go for it. Nothing much to think about. It is just work your muscles on the inside of your thighs here. Just work them hard. And that, again, is time. Lose the ball. Well done. What we got next? Okay, legs time. Sitting, standing, or squatting. So if you are seated, practice standing up. So again, have sticks, have supports, whatever, have people there to support you if you need it. But we're going to put as much effort into the leg muscles as possible. So as always, tuck your feet back, get your body weight forwards. No one is ever going to stand up from here. No one ever in the world, ever. Feet back, body forwards. Push down hard into your legs. You're going to stand up. You're going to stand as straight as you can. Think about how tall can I get? So I have to stop halfway or whatever. You stand tall all the way, and under control, you sit back down. And have a think about what part of that move do you find hardest. Is it the standing up? Is it the sitting down? Is it the balance? Is it the standing straight? What is it that you find difficult? Because that's the bit you're going to work on round 2. Everybody else, we're going to squat down and then stand up. Again, you find out, you ask yourself, what part of the move do you find difficult? 3, 2, 1, off we go. So with the squats especially, some bits that some people often find difficult is going down low. If that's the case, then just ever so slowly over the weeks, over the months, go down a tiny bit further. That is a good way of progressing there. Other people sometimes find their knees buckle in, so we just think, push those knees out, 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 nice and wide. But you figure out what you have difficulty with. That's our time there. So identify what your trouble is. Start thinking about how you can work on it on this next 27 seconds, okay? 3, 2, 1, off we go. Don't just go through the movements. We're not sheep. We're not just parroting things. What's the cross between a sheep and a parrot? Is that a joke? I'm not sure. But don't be one of them anyway. Actively think about what you're doing. Think how we can keep our balance. Think how we can sit our bums back. Think how we can control our descent. Think about it and work on one bit at a time. There we go. Time, time, time. Balancing again now. Okay. If you are seated, ankle mobility, moving the ankles, heel, toe, heel, toe. So try and get the heel to touch the floor, and then the toes, and the heel, toes on both sides, even if one side is better or worse than the other. And if we're standing, tightrope walking. A line, imaginary line on the floor, you're going to tightrope along that line. So if you're standing with me, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Tightrope walking. Think about what you're having trouble with. Do you always fall or lose your balance towards one direction or the other direction? What patterns can you see forming when we try this move? Same thing now, going backwards. Toes, heels, toes, heels. Do you find going forwards or backwards easier or harder? Some people find it easy going forward, some people find it easy going backwards. Which one are you? Is there a pattern there? Because that's round one done. How can you make this second one a tiny bit better? Change speed, change the width of your feet, change the position of your arms for balance, stuff like that. Have a think, put it to practice, away we go. Heel toe, heel toe. As always, if you want to work on balance, every Wednesday is Wobble Wednesday, and we practice specific drills to improve and challenge balance. So have a look on the catch-up service. And going backwards one last time, toes, heels, toes, heels. Keeping our balance, moving our arms, swaying, wobbling as much as we want or need. But always staying on our feet, not falling over. Wobbling, yes. Falling, no. Boom, job done. Simple as. That's our second round done. Well done. Okay, home stretch now. Fast feet. Let me change my timer down to 10 seconds. So, if you are seated, fast feet. So far I've been banging on about the size of the moves. Bigger is better. More often than not, that's true. But with this one, whether we're seated or standing, size wants to be small. Small but fast. Your chance to pretend to be a horse now and to go like that. Drumming your feet like so, like a horsey. Famously, horses do that. It's a true story. If we're standing though, again, tap dancing away. Small but fast feet. 10 seconds only. And again, you figure out what do you find difficult about this move, and we're going to work on that one small aspect in the second round. It could be height of the ground or something, whatever. Round one, 3, 2, 1, go. Drumming the feet away. Nice and quick, small, fast movements. There's our time. So, how did that go for you? How can you make it a bit better? Again, if the feet come too far off the ground, if it's too big a move, it's too slow. It needs to be a small move. How can you make it a small move, but a fast move? Have a think. We're doing it again now. Are you ready? 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Nice, quick foot movements. Only coming a fraction of an inch off the ground. Thank goodness. Time. Give your legs a bit of a waggle. And hopefully that second time was better. And then our last exercise. Let me change my timer again. Back up to 27 seconds. We're going to do 3 rounds of shadow boxing. So, fists up, punching high, punching low, hooking around, hooking up, whatever, but get the body twisting, get your arms moving, and concentrate on getting out of breath. We've got 3 rounds, so get out of breath in the first one. Have a think, how can you get more out of breath? Do that on the second one. Make sure you get more out of breath. And ask yourself again, how can I get even more out of breath again? And make sure you put that into practice on the third and final round, okay? So, whether you are seated or standing, shadow boxing, get out of breath. In 3, 2, 1, off you go. Punching away. If you can, move your feet. Shuffling forwards, shuffling back, sidestepping, moving around. Change your targets. Nice quick hands. Use your body. Twist the body, twist the hips in. Get the body behind these punches. Time. That is round 1. As always, how can you get more out of breath? get stuck in, go faster, make a bigger move. Are you ready for round 2? 3, 2, 1, off you go. Shadow boxing again. Moving quick, moving fast, moving hard, and get out of breath. Nice, working energetically. Pick your targets and keep on working hard. Nearly, there we go. That's our time. That is round 2 done. We've got 1 round left. Again, put all your thoughts into practice now. How can you get even more out of breath this last time? Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. Fast arms, twist the body, quick feet if you can, pick your target, and change direction if you want. That's fine with me, as long as you're moving and your heart is racing. And we're nearly there. And time. Well done. Have a breather. Get your breath back. Relax. Take it easy. Be proud of yourself. Give yourself a good pat on the back. You've done well. Fantastic. Thank you very much. So I've been banging on about it all morning. Thinking Thursday. The whole plan, the whole idea is we don't just go through the motions. We think about what we're doing, identify our own personal strengths and weaknesses, because as I say, we are all unique. I am different from you, who's different from the person next to you, who's different from the other down the street over there. We all have our own strengths and limitations. If we identify them, we can think about how we can improve them. And if we can do that, oh my God, our improvement can just balloon then. Really good. Anyway, excuse me. So Fitness Friday tomorrow. Whole idea is to get out of breath, stay out of breath, and do it often. So make sure you got your punching gloves ready. We're going to go out of breath tomorrow. We're going to go big style, okay? Fitness Friday, 11 o'clock tomorrow. And yes, don't forget, web address up there, share buttons down there, donate buttons up there, the whole shebang. If there's a link, press it and see what happens. Something interesting, I'm sure, will happen. Top tip. If you see a big red button anywhere in life, push it. Why would they put a big red button there if they didn't want you to push it? So, there we go. Every time you see a big red button, make sure you push it, all right? Top tip. You heard it here first. So, see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Yes, if you're American, happy Thanksgiving one more time. Well done. See you later. Thank you very much. Goodbye.